Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. I hope that all is well with you guys. Praise be to God in the highest, who is worthy of all worship, glory, and praise. In today's message, I will talk to you guys about the gifts of marriage and the gift of singleness. A lot of people may not know this, but these are two gifts that God gives to people that follow Him. Every person is not called to be married. A lot of godly people believe that everyone was called by God to be married. And a lot of people, when they get saved, the first thing they do is pray to God for a husband or wife. And then that becomes their main focus. Now, if God is really leading you to do that, then you do it. But you have to also ask God what His purpose on your life is. And in society, there is a lot of pressure on women, especially, to be married. Especially in the Black community, a lot of Black men tend to look down and judge women that are single or single with children. And those women then end up getting married to the wrong person just to say that they are married to someone. So a lot of you guys need to stop judging people. Marriage was designed by God. So He is the one that decides who is going to be blessed with marriage and who is going to be blessed with singleness. They both are a blessing from God. Our lives belong to the Most High God, not to ourselves. Marriage is something very serious in the eyes of God, and it should be to us as well. It's not just something you just get into it on your own terms. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. Marriage is not easy. You will go through a lot. You're going to worry about your spouse's relationship with God and make sure that they stay on the right path with God and yours as well. You have to be really mature to be able to be in one, because the only reason in the Bible that you can get a divorce is through adultery, because God hates divorce. God will bring two people together based on if they are better at serving God together as a couple, or He will choose for someone to be single if they are better at serving God by themselves, and they both come with benefits. I'm going to read a couple of scriptures for you guys. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 7, it says, "But I wish everyone were single, just as I am. Yet each person has a special gift from God, of one kind or another. So I say to those who aren't married, and to widows, it's better to stay unmarried, just as I am. But if they can't control themselves, they should go ahead and marry." So in this verse, Paul the Apostle mentions that he has the gift of singleness, just like many of us out here have. Also in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 27, it says, "If you have a wife, do not seek to end the marriage. If you do not have a wife, do not seek to get marriage." Also in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 32, it says, "I want you to be free from the concerns of this life." An unmarried man can spend his time doing the Lord's work and thinking how to please Him. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. So, what Paul is saying is that when you are single, you have more peace and you can focus more on doing God's work and become everything that God wants you to be. You have more freedom. You are not bound to anyone. You don't have to consider your husband's needs or wife needs. Because when you are married, You have to divide your attention between God, your spouse, your job, yourselves, and if you have children, your children as well. You have to balance all of those things. And remember that God says to put Him first. So God has to come before everything else that you are doing. Also, in marriage, you have to be very patient, graceful, because you're going to face lots of challenges as well, like getting your feelings hurt. You're going to get into arguments, have lots of disagreements, who knows? So, you're going to go through a lot. Who knows what you're going to be up against? So, for young men and women out there, if God is calling you to remain single, it is a blessing because you can put your focus solely on God. Not that you can't if you are married. Some couples are better at serving God together as a union, which is also a very beautiful thing. I've seen many married couples that are doing a great job at serving God together. For me, I have the gift of singleness, just like Paul. I enjoy peace and my solitude, and I can praise and worship God in peace. And I have been through so much in past relationships and situationships that I no longer care or desire or want a relationship or marriage anymore. Just like Paul says in 1 Corinthians, the things of this world will pass away. These things are earthly things and are worldly matters. I'm not going to lie. When I found out that God was calling me to remain single, I had a hard time accepting it at first. I did not understand it at first, but God eventually gave me the understanding of it and why. And everything that God chooses for you is for your own good. And now I just love it, and I couldn't thank Him enough. If you have a hard time accepting it, you may still be living for the world or living in the flesh, because that was the reason that I didn't want to accept it at first. I was concerned about the opinions of other people and what they were going to think. But I remember that we are living for God, not for the world and for people's opinions. Okay, you guys, so that was my message for today. I hope that you guys enjoy this message. Stay blessed. May the Lord be kind to you all, and stay tuned for more videos. Goodbye.